This is your WGBW Daily News Roundup for the Talk of Green Bay, 97.9 FM and 1590 AM.
For WGBW News, I'm Lisa Hale. Over 19,000 customers are still without power following Winter Storm Cora. At last check, there were over 800 separate outages throughout Wisconsin, primarily in Brown, Dorr, Marinette, Menominee, Oconto, and Outagamie counties. Those were reported by WPS and We Energies. WPS said they expect all power to be restored by the end of the day Friday, with the rest restored or a crew assigned Saturday. We Energies expects the power to be restored by the end of the day Friday. Kristen Lyerly, an OBGYN from Ledgeview, announced her candidacy for the 8th Congressional District during a press conference in Green Bay yesterday.
We're going to run a really strong campaign focused on the needs and hopes of the people. It's going to be positive. It's going to be welcoming. And I think you're really going to see something very different, something we haven't seen in politics in a long time.
Lyerly, a Democrat, is the most recent candidate to announce a run for the seat being vacated by Republican Mike Gallagher.
When Mike Gallagher decided not to run, it opened up a clear path. With this being the issue, with me being the candidate, and with the people of northeastern Wisconsin as the voters, we can flip this district.
The 8th Congressional District extends from Appleton to the Upper Peninsula's border. Court officials ordered a competency exam for a woman who called in a bomb threat to an Oshkosh synagogue. 65-year-old Pauline Byer faces one count of making a bomb threat. According to the criminal complaint, Byer said the Clintonville police were keeping her hostage in her home, and she called the bomb threat to get the FBI to help her. No additional court dates have been set. Jesse Vang, who was taking care of 3-year-old Elijah Vu when he disappeared, was in court yesterday, where a judge decided that there is enough evidence for him to be tried for felony child neglect. Elijah's mother, Katrina Bauer, also faces felony child neglect charges. Both are being held in the Manitowoc County Jail. Jesse Vang makes his next appearance at an arraignment on April 16th. Elijah was reported missing on February 20th. No one has been charged with his disappearance. 3 children and 5 adults were displaced by a fire Thursday. Green Bay Metro Fire Department says they were called to the fire at a multifamily residence on Imperial Lane at 10 a.m. All of the residents did evacuate the home before the fire department arrived. No one was injured in the blaze, which caused about $50,000 in damage. The cause remains under investigation. Students at the University of Wisconsin system will be paying more in tuition next year. The Board of Regents voted Thursday to increase tuition by 3.75%. The tuition hike will generate about $39 million a year for the system. UW President Jay Rothman said it will be used to combat rising costs. Tuition and fees at UW Green Bay will increase to $8,700. The tuition at UW Oshkosh will be $8,532. This is the second year in a row for tuition increases at the UW system after a 10-year tuition freeze. The Wisconsin DNR is asking for comment on an environmental review of an Appleton Safe Drinking Water Loan Program project to improve the public drinking water system. It would replace water mains on Spencer Street. An environmental review determined that the project would not result in any adverse environmental effects. The public is encouraged to submit comments on the decision to the DNR by April 18th. And that's what you need to know. I'm Lisa Hale, WGBW News.
Baseball tonight at AmFam Field. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. It's the Brewers hosting the Seattle Mariners. Rhys Hoskins is off to a good start at first base and at the plate.
Replay overturned it. Now Hoskins flirting with the pole. It's gone. Rhys Hoskins makes it 2-0.
Jeff Levering, Bally Sports, Wisconsin. Brewers general manager Matt Arnold.
Look, we're trying to win as many games as we can here this year and in the long run, and so that's a tricky thing for us to balance when we're able to add veterans here with the type of track record that Rhys has. That's really exciting. He fits so well.
I asked Hoskins if the team was a little in disbelief when they lost to the Twins the other day, 7-3.
I think so. Look, you win 4 out of the gate and you kind of get this feeling like, man, are we
Are we going to lose? Of course we're going to lose, right? It's a long season. It's a marathon. But yeah, we're playing good baseball.
College hoops, another player leaving Wisconsin, but this time from the women's team, Sonia Copeland from the Badgers women's basketball team to enter the transfer portal. NBA, the Bucks at home tonight against the Raptors. Milwaukee with back-to-back losses to the Wizards and the Grizzlies. Is there something they need to improve?
The only thing over the last 2 games is the paint points that we have to eliminate. Just too many drives. And it's the old thing, if our feet are fast enough or if our help is quick enough. In the last 2 games, neither one has been very good.
That's Bucks head coach Doc Rivers. Milwaukee has lost 4 of their last 5 games.
There's at times that we play really well. There's at times that we don't. But at the end of the day, again, we had open shots. Like AJ had one, Malik had one, BP had one. Like we had open shots. Pat, I think, had one. I had 2. You got to make shots.
That's the Bucks. Giannis Antetokounmpo. With sports, I'm Mike Clemens.
On your entertainment beat, I'm Pete Schwaba. Actress Molly Ringwald says her 18-year-old daughter Matilda was conceived in the dressing room at Studio 54 while Ringwald was part of the show Cabaret. The 56-year-old actress and her husband also have 14-year-old twins, but they were conceived during intermission at a community theater performance of Oklahoma. Ringwald said she got pregnant with Matilda at 36 as her biological clock was ticking loudly. Luckily, those attending Cabaret thought it was the tap dancing. Sticking with sex, actress Elizabeth Hurley said she was not Prince Harry's first. She appeared recently on Watch What Happens with Andy Cohen and was adamant that she has never even met Prince Harry. Harry was vague in his book and says he claims he lost his virginity with an older English woman. People automatically assumed it was Hurley for some reason and not Angela Lansbury, whose new show is called Virginity, she wrote. Just a coincidence? Haha, doubt it. The New York Post reports Conan O'Brien will return to The Tonight Show for the first time since 2010. Conan took over The Tonight Show in June of 2009, but was replaced when NBC reinstalled Jay Leno back into the host chair. The move did not sit well with O'Brien, who moved to TBS and hosted Conan from 2010 to 2021. O'Brien will join Jimmy Fallon to promote his new travelogue series called Conan O'Brien Must Go. Actor Jeff Daniels says rumors about Dumb and Dumber 3 happening are not true. But the 69-year-old actor did thank Jim Carrey, saying Jim wanted an actual actor in the first Dumb and Dumber and not a comedian who would try to top him. He also said a third installment of Dumb and Dumber doesn't happen unless Carrey is in. Sounds like Jeff Daniels is ready to bring those classically trained acting chops, or cheeks, to the toilet again. Ellen DeGeneres is launching a stand-up comedy tour, her first since 2018. The Ellen DeGeneres Show aired for the last time in 2022, not long after DeGeneres came under fire for mistreating staff. The 66-year-old comedian will start with 4 West Coast cities with more TBA. If you don't feel like braving the crowds, check out her stand-up specials on Netflix and HBO. If you attend this year's Wisconsin Film Festival, one of the can't-miss attractions will be an appearance by Oscar-winning director Alexander Payne on closing night. Payne's most recent effort, The Holdovers, was nominated for Best Picture at this year's Oscars. Payne will be at the 20th anniversary screening of his film Sideways and take part in a discussion afterwards. Sideways will be the last film screened at this year's festival at the Barrymore Theater on April 11th. A can't miss for film fans. For more showbiz fun, tune in to Nightlight with me, Pete Schwaba, every night between 7 and 9 p.m. on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Partly cloudy today with a high right around 45 this afternoon. The wind out of the north at about 10 to 20 here through the day. Tonight, clear 26. Tomorrow, sunshine 52 by Sunday. Sun in the morning, becoming windy with showers in the afternoon, 52. More rain likely Sunday night into Monday. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable. Current temp now 37.
That's your WGBW Daily News Roundup from Civic Media. Subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you find your podcasts. Find more news at WGBW.FM.